Welcome to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a brilliant true crime podcast hosted by two zany sisters, all while baking up delicious treats in their kitchen. Here are your podcast hosts, Karen Devaney and Ann Varner.
Karen Devaney.
Ann Varner.
How's
the
it
mixer
going?
Doesn't work if I don't plug it in.
That's so true.
Every single time I forget.
So what you doing in my kitchen?
Oh, well, first of all, let me entertain you.
You got a little,
Wait.
Yeah, you're good.
Is
Get
it
a little
right now?
flour up
Yeah,
your
the
nose.
flour went poof. So it was happy to see me, as usual. I'm making key lime cupcakes.
It's on your chin, so it's very distracting. Sorry. Okay.
Good Lord, you're just such a perfectionist. When did you ever care what I look like? Anyway, as you can hear, I'm making something.
You are? What are you making?
Key lime cupcakes,
Yep.
baby.
Yummy and
I
funny.
know. We've had such a great day. I hope everybody else that's listening is having a great day. And now we're going to make y'all laugh whilst we talk about murder.
Wow, we talk.
Yes, whilst we talk. I follow a podcast called Whistle While You Twerk instead of While You Work. And I love the name of it. I'm sorry this is not called Whistle While You Twerk.
Do they do a lot of whistling?
No, I think we do some twerking.
Twerking on a podcast?
I don't know. All I can say is it's Whistle While You Twerk, and I think it's clever, and I don't know why we didn't come up with that name except for the fact that I can't whistle or twerk. Twerk? Is that what it's called? Twerk?
Yes.
It's such an odd word.
If you can't pronounce it, you certainly shouldn't be trying it.
I can't try it even if I could pronounce it.
I'd break a hip.
I would throw something out.
Yeah,
Something would be
bad.
thrown.
Would be really bad.
So bad. Yeah, so let me just tell you real quick about this cupcake recipe.
Break it down. Break it
Okay, I'm
down.
gonna break it down. So it's not a sugar. It's a Southern Living recipe for key lime cupcakes, but I put a little bit of my own spin on it.
You always do.
I know, but I use their basic graham cracker recipe. Graham cracker. Blah!
What is happening?
Cupcake.
Do I need to get
know.
you a liquor drink?
I think I need a little sugar.
Something?
Yes. I'll just take it straight out of the bottle. You don't need
Please
to get
help
up.
yourself by keeping it in the fridge.
I know exactly where it twists.
Where it twists.
It's a graham cracker cupcake recipe, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But I don't like it that they don't have key lime juice in their key lime cupcake. They only do it with the buttercream. I don't use the buttercream. I do it with key lime glaze with the top a sprinkle of some graham cracker crumbs. And that was something that my son Cameron came up with a long time ago when we first started making these, and he decided that would be a really cool thing.
Way back when we thought we were going to have some sort of a cupcake business.
Yeah, and ain't nobody's business but our
a
own.
bookstore. And
I know,
we were
coffee
gonna make
shop.
fresh pies.
Yeah, we're going to have a coffee shop, bookstore, cupcake pie shop.
Yeah.
Ain't none of it happened, but
It
here I
didn't.
am making cupcakes on a microphone.
Yeah. I don't know. It got messed up somehow.
I don't think it's messed up. I think this is where we should have
We're
been the
doing
whole
what
time.
we should be doing.
Exactly. So anyway, I do add a little bit of key lime juice to this. So if anybody wants to look up just the basic recipe, you can go to southernliving.com and look up key lime cupcakes and follow the recipe. If you want my version of it, email us.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one.
Yeah. So, but while I'm doing this,
Yes.
what shall you be doing?
Yes, with the sweet comes the salty.
Oh, that is so true. And don't be bitter.
I'm not going to be bitter. I'm not going to be bitter.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to tell you the story of Mujey Drumbuya.
Mujey.
Drumbuya.
Okay. That's a really fun name to say. Just
I
saying.
know.
Mujey Drumbuya. Oh, I could just say that name all day
Right.
long.
It
I
just
love
makes
that.
you happy to say it.
It really does.
On January 24th, 2018, high school student Mujey Drumbuya said goodbye to her mother and held the door and had held. What is it? I need a shot of something.
Well, I will fix that right
I got all my words crumbled
You
up.
got
and
my
messed
word
up.
salad. You caught my word
So
salad.
it's January 24th, 2018.
Thank you.
Mujey, who was a high school student, says goodbye to her mama. She goes out the door to go to school.
Okay, like a good girl should.
Her normal routine was to leave at around 6 o'clock in the morning and walk to the bus stop, where she would catch a bus to school.
All right.
And for us, when we say, oh, I'm going to catch a bus to school, we're going to catch a school bus. For where she is, she's going to catch a city bus.
Oh, gosh.
That's going to let her off at a stop close to her school, and then she'll walk the rest. That's the norm.
In cities, like big cities?
Yeah.
I ain't no big city girl, so I don't know these things.
Correct.
I just know how to walk to my bus stop in my bare feet.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Mujey never made it onto the bus, and she never made it to school. That early morning goodbye was the last time her mama heard her daughter's voice.
Oh, God, that cuts me to the quick.
I know. It's so sad. You just don't know.
I don't like it.
The following day, Mujey's family reported her missing to the Grand Rapids, Michigan Police Department.
You're so
thank you. I'm getting myself a shot of liquor to see if I can get my words right. Cheers to you, Mrs. Robinson.
And cheers to myself.
There you go. Oh, goodness. This is coconut rum. I can smell it. Yum,
it smells good.
Holy crap, that's good.
Down the hatch.
Woo!
Wow.
It's like drinking,
yep.
Like drinking
Kenny Chesney. We done drank some Kenny Chesney.
Lord, I think I just licked Kenny Chesney in the chest. Woo, Lord.
Oh, gosh, that's good.
Okay, back to business.
Yes, sir.
The 24th, Mujey leaves to go to school, doesn't show up at school.
Okay.
Her family reports the next day that she's missing.
Okay.
On the 29th of January, a young girl's body was discovered by two students walking in a wooded area in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
They called 911 and reported the dead body. When the police arrived, they found the young girl's body partially frozen just off the path where the students had been walking.
Sorry. I've got to get the eggs with
I get it. You got to do you.
I got to get the eggs in.
The girl had on one pink shoe. Her coat had been pulled over her head. Her jeans were pulled to her knees. And there was a strong smell of bleach emanating from the scene.
Huh.
They found a Grand Rapids bus pass on the girl's body and reached out to police there to see if they had anyone missing that might fit the description of the body that they found.
Oh. Do we know how far away that is?
It's about an hour.
Oh, gosh.
Between Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids.
Oh, my. Okay.
Grand Rapids police were able to get dental records from Mujey's family, and they sent them to the forensic pathologist doing the autopsy. The records were a match.
Oh, no.
Mujey's cause of death was asphyxia by strangulation. This was devastating news to Mujey's family.
Oh, yeah.
They had initially thought that maybe she had run away. She had so much going on in her life. In 2017, Mujey had gotten up the courage to tell her family that she had been raped repeatedly. Her ex-boyfriend's aunt's boyfriend had raped her when she was just 15 years old.
Oh, my God.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, bless her little heart.
Yeah. He had been arrested and charged with 4 counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct. The trial was set to start 2 weeks after Mujey had gone missing.
Oh, how convenient.
And she had been set to testify against him.
Oh, my gosh.
His name was Quinn James.
Well, I don't like Quinn.
No, he's a very, very bad man. Very, very bad. Here are some things that we know about Quinn. This is just going to piss you off really badly.
Oh.
So if you need another shot, have at it.
I'm probably gonna.
At the time of his arrest, he was 43 years old.
Okay.
In 1989, he went to prison for threatening a young woman with a hammer, robbing her, attempting to sexually assault her, and stealing her car.
Oh, my God.
In 1990, he threatened a young woman with a tire iron, tried to kidnap her, and stole her car.
What was this guy doing out of jail?
Right.
What, he gets a free pass on life?
In 1991, he went to prison for armed robbery.
Oh, okay. Finally, it takes some armed robbery to get the guy behind bars.
He got out of prison in 2011. In 2014, he sexually assaulted an 18-year-old woman and threatened to douse her in bleach.
Oh.
He tried to choke her and threatened to kill her if she told anyone about the incident. He was charged with third-degree criminal sexual conduct and assault with intent to do great bodily harm. That was in 2014. In 2016, he tried to choke a 20-year-old woman in broad daylight. In 2017,
this guy's got some cayunis.
Right. And in 2017, he began raping Mujey.
Oh my God! So he did it more than once?
No, these are all the things that he did before.
I'm saying, you say he began raping her. I thought you meant like he raped her multiple times.
He did.
Okay,
starting when she was 15. Yeah.
So it wasn't just like when she was 15. It was just
no. She finally got up the courage when she was 16 to tell her people. No. She told her people when she was 15 years old.
Okay. But it was
now you got
times.
me all confused.
But it was multiple.
He raped her multiple times during a time period.
Oh, I don't like him. Not one bit.
No, and look at this history.
Yeah.
I'm not even quite sure how he was not. Anyway.
Well, I agree. And also, well, yeah, what you said.
Yeah, exactly. And so that.
And so that one too.
Right.
Yes.
So he was arrested in November of 2017 for the sexual assault of Mujey. He admitted to having consensual sex with her.
Oh, give me a break.
And remember, she was only 15 when she was raped. So while he was in jail, he told a cellmate that he had no intentions of letting her testify against him.
You know what? This little son of a bitch.
And somehow, in a way I absolutely do not understand, he was released on bond in November of 2017.
Somebody was not paying attention.
No protection was offered to Mujey when Quinn was released on bond.
Come on, people.
According to court documents, on November 30th, 2017, a Grand Rapids bus driver noticed a vehicle that was speeding up and slowing down to keep up beside the bus, and then passing her and slowing down to let her pass. The particular bus is the bus that Mujey took to go to school. The bus driver said the erratic driving took place just after she picked Mujey up at her house.
Oh my gosh.
Or not at her house, but her bus stop.
Yeah.
The bus driver called the police and reported the incident and even gave them the car make and license plate number. The car was traced back to Quinn James. So he was stalking her.
A little.
As early as November 30th. Stalking her on her way to school.
I'm not happy.
In December of 2017, Quinn reached out to a friend and made arrangements to purchase a gun. After he left with the gun, he decided that the gun would be too loud if he was to use it in a murder. So he asked this friend if he could help him take care of a situation with Mujey.
No way.
The friend said no, but I'll put you in touch with somebody who can help you.
Oh my gosh, what a friend.
I know, isn't that great of him? Yeah. I'm not going to help you, and I'm not going to report to police that you're after a 16-year-old girl.
And I'm going to tell you who's not your friend is Jesus.
That's right, Jesus is not your friend.
You do not have a friend in Jesus when you pull that kind of stuff. You don't.
You do not. He puts him in touch with a guy. His name is Gerald Roach. They call him Roach Bennett. Roach. They call him Roach.
Well, I was thinking that might be a good name for him.
Yeah.
Being as he's going to help with the problem.
Exactly.
It's not really the problem.
When police are researching the murder and looking at Quinn as their prime suspect, they're able to trace their cell phone, and they came close to Mujey's house on January 24th, which is the day she went missing, at around 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, so he was waiting for her.
Waiting for her when she walked out the door.
Mother flipper.
Both phones were turned off, and they showed no location information between 7:40 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the 24th. Police found 2 trail cams on the path leading to Mujey's body. So remember, she was on a walking path. Both of the cameras show the vehicle they know belonged to Quinn, driving, dumping Mujey's body, and then leaving by 8:42 in the morning. So by 8:42 in the morning, before her parents even could think that she might not be there anymore.
She was already dead.
She was already dead and buried. Well, not really. I mean, she was just
dumped.
She wasn't even buried. She was dumped. They didn't even take the time to bury her.
No, because they're assholes. And I can say that because that's what they are.
Oh, God. Absolutely. Obviously, they arrest Quinn and they arrest Roach.
Roach.
And
was he at the Roach Motel?
The Roach Motel. Here's some of the evidence that they used at trial on Quinn. Mm-hmm. There was DNA found in the car that he and Roach were driving to dump Mujey's body. It was Mujey's DNA.
Okay.
Quinn's DNA was found on Mujey's blue jeans, despite his attempt to cover the evidence with bleach. To skip all the notoriety that he got during the trial, I'll just let you know.
Why does he get notoriety?
Because he made such a hoofty-ha about it. Well, I'll actually skip over to Roach. Roach was charged with conspiracy to commit murder, but was found incompetent to stand trial.
Excuse me? Because
evidently he's got some sort of cognitive and memory issues. I read a report that his IQ was around 54.
Wow.
And then somewhere else I read, but I can't confirm whether or not it's true, that he had Alzheimer's. So Roach was not a young fella. He was an older gentleman.
Wow, and obviously very easily manipulated to do bad things.
Exactly. Quinn actually went to trial and was convicted of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. He has gone through and tried multiple times to get his conviction overturned.
On the basis of what? Listen, do I need to go find this fella and have a little conversation with him?
I wouldn't have a conversation with this jackass if somebody paid me money to do it.
But I just need to tell him you're a jackass and you need to be in jail forever, you piece of sugar flint.
I know. I couldn't agree with you more.
Okay.
I could not agree with you more.
All right, well, give me the facts. Let's hear him.
Her ex-boyfriend did testify at trial.
Okay.
And report that he raped Mujey repeatedly in front of him, but he was too scared to say anything.
I can't.
Right?
I can't.
Right.
I can't. I mean, I just can't.
Yeah. So he was convicted of 4 counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct for her rape. And then for that, he was sentenced to 20 to 30 years in prison. And then he did a separate trial for murder. Isn't that crazy? Instead of doing all one.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of glad. Because a lot of times when they convict you, they really sentence you on the worst of the two charges.
Yeah.
Or they'll drop a charge in a plea deal or whatever. So I'm kind of glad.
Yeah. And when she reported to police that she had been raped, she did tell them, I'm scared because he knows where my bus stop is. Oh. I'm really scared something bad's going to happen. But they still didn't do anything about it. And listen, this guy is so evil.
He is evil as hell.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who the heck you are at this point, at this stage in the game. If you're in jail and you're making phone calls, they're being recorded.
I mean, come on, wake up, people. Exactly. We all know this.
While he was in jail waiting his trial, multiple phone calls about what he did. He outlines exactly what he did. He tries to get his fiance, which I don't even know how he had that fiance, but tried to tell her that this girl was crazy and she needed to give him an alibi.
It's too much.
Too much to even...
He's so evil.
Right.
He cannot get out of jail. He cannot.
Right.
Because he's not going to be... What's he bringing to the table in society when he gets out?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. He actually did serve some time for one of the other sexual assaults. He was in jail when they went to arrest him, so he was really easy for them to find.
Oh, yeah.
But
hello.
I guess...
hello, we're here to arrest you at the jail where you already are.
Right. His defense was that she consented to sex.
She didn't consent.
They thought that it was his client, if they thought that Quinn is the one that killed this girl, then they're just stupid because that's about the dumbest plan in the history of all plans. She wasn't too bright in the bulb department either, that defense attorney. The defense attorney, that's what it's called, right? The defense attorney, I think probably was just
grasping at straws and trying to, their job is to get their client off.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to come up with some excuse as to why this was okay.
Yeah.
And so...
And they have him on tape saying, you know what's crazy? If she doesn't show up to trial, the whole thing goes away.
Mother...
So,
trucker.
Yeah. I don't know. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but...
Well, and not the nicest person in the world either. And
it's so sad when you see pictures of Mujey. She just was the most beautiful person. She had the sparkle, it's like joyful. Just even seeing her name, right?
I just love her name, yes.
She came from a really tight-knit family. They had moved here to escape another country and were making a better life for themselves.
Did she have siblings?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't really get into a lot of that because I tried really hard to stay on the court documents.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get too much into anything else because there are a lot of podcasts about it and there are a lot of t-shirts. Not
There's
t-shirts.
Some t-shirts about it.
T-shirts.
Girl, you need another sip too.
Oh my gosh. This is what happens when it gets late in the day. My brain is done.
Yeah, I'm scrambled eggs in the brain department.
It's just done. But yeah, she does have siblings. I can't remember what their ages were.
Well, no matter what, their lives were forever changed in the worst way.
Here's what's really crazy.
When this man decided to take her life.
Here's what's really crazy and something that I found to be shocking is he was a groundskeeper at a school. How do you get a job as a groundskeeper at a school with the history that he has in the court system?
Well, it depends. Do you think he worked for a company that was contracted to be a groundskeeper at the school?
I don't know.
Because that's different from being employed by the school system.
Right.
So, I don't know. If he worked for a company that just had that contract, then I don't know. Either way, he's an asshole. He needs to stay in jail and be repeatedly raped on an hourly basis.
It seems like that's something he enjoys. So, have that.
No, I have a feeling he wouldn't enjoy it being happened to him. Being happened? What the hell's happening with us? I don't know. Guys, we're here. We're in it to win it, but I don't know what's going on with us. No. We've just had a really good day, and I think we're just high off of a good day and a shot of liquor.
And and it's late. It's late in the day.
It's a little bit late in the day. We've both had a full day of our regular paycheck jobs, but that's okay because we're making Key Lime Cupcakes, and that makes us happy.
We are.
Mm-hmm. So, God bless Mujey and her sweet family.
So anyway, he's life in prison without the possibility of parole. Hopefully he just lays in there and just shrivels up and rots.
Yeah, just like a little at a time.
Like
something
rots off. Something falls off.
Yeah,
maybe
one
he get a MRSA, some sort of a MRSA.
Yeah, a MRSA would be nice, or like a gangrene.
Like a
real smelly gangrene.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So,
but we wish nothing but blessings on her family.
Oh God, yeah, nothing but blessings there. But he's just, I'm sorry that she got involved in that type of situation.
Well, she didn't know. She was just dating this kid. She was
trying to do the right thing, and because she did the right thing, she lost her life.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
It is unforgivable.
And the only thing that's going to make me feel better is a freaking Key Lime cupcake. A cupcake.
Well, good news. They're in the oven, and we have 14 more minutes. So we're gonna pause.
Yeah, I think we ought to do a little pause. Maybe have another liquor drink.
Yeah, and maybe a water to clear out my brain.
Water.
Yeah, maybe I'm dehydrated.
Maybe do a little yoga even on the break. We
that's
do some yoga,
happening.
And then we'll come back.
And I'll talk about
my
murder.
And you can talk about your murder.
And I'll make this glaze for this cupcake.
There's going to be a glaze. So
it's a glaze.
Agenda for the next half would be glaze and murder.
Yep, murder glaze.
Murder glaze.
Glazed murder.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I like murder glaze.
Mm-hmm.
It's put a murder glaze on it.
On some killer cupcakes.
Killer cupcakes with a murder glaze.
All right, guys, we're pausing.
We're pausing. If I can remember how to pause.
Yeah, hit the pause. And we're back.
We are back.
Here we are.
Talk murder to me.
We should write a song about that. And then be on the hit charts.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The hit charts. Let's go. I think that's good.
It's the hit charts.
It's charts. Cupcakes are done. They smell fantastical.
So when they came out, I whipped up a glaze that was powdered sugar, key lime juice, and vanilla. And I put a little bit more key lime juice in than it calls for and a little bit vanilla because I needed the glaze to be a little drippier. Mm-hmm. And then I took a spoon and just spooned it over the top of these. Mm-hmm. And then took graham cracker crumbs that I had crunched up and dusted the top, just sprinkled the top of it. So it's got graham crackers sitting in that glaze.
They're lovely. Lovely.
Lovely. I think they turned out good. I can't wait to taste them. But first... Murder. This murder comes from Las Vegas, baby.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, it was sent to us from our listener, Lauren.
Lauren.
Yay.
Hey, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
How you doing?
Hope you're doing good. Okay, so are you ready?
Ready.
And here I go. This is about Ted Binion.
Okay.
Okay?
Not Bunyan, but...
No.
Binion.
No, not Bunyan. And not Paul Bunyan.
But...
Ted Binion.
Right.
Okay. God bless your dog.
He really is having some issues today. I can't.
So a little bit of background on Ted. He was born in Dallas, Texas in 1943.
Okay.
He had an older brother and 3 sisters. His father was Benny Binion.
Benny Binion.
Yeah.
I love it.
And his mother was Teddy Jane Binion.
Oh, I love that too.
I know.
Teddy Jane.
Yes. Well, so Benny Binion was quite the character. And I'm just gonna sidetrack it a little bit and talk about Benny, Ted's daddy, because he was such a character. I would be remiss if I did not talk about this man, who I'm so sorry I've not been able to meet.
Aw.
So he had no formal education.
Zero.
He did not go to school.
Wow.
Yes. His father was also quite the character. He traveled with his father, who was a horse trader.
Okay. Not a trainer, but a trader?
A trader. Yeah. They would travel around the country doing horse trading. And while Ted was little and would travel with Benny, he learned, when Benny traveled with his father at a young age, he learned how to gamble.
Oh.
Because that's what they did in the stables.
Sure.
That's what they did.
Wow.
So he actually became quite fond of gambling. Quite fond. At the age of 18, Benny started moonshining during the Prohibition.
Moonshining?
Yep.
All right.
He was convicted twice and also opened up a numbers game, which became very prosperous.
Oh, okay.
There was a numbers game going on during Prohibition as well. He ended up getting convicted of killing an African-American rum runner.
Okay.
Okay, it's Prohibition, right? This guy's name was Frank Bolting, and he shot him cowboy style. I don't know what that means, but that is what was written. I'm just saying. And Benny got a 2-year suspended sentence for this.
All right.
For killing a man.
Is that when you walk a couple paces and you turn and shoot?
I don't think this other man was armed.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I don't know what happened. So then in the 1930s, Benny set up some private dice games at some hotels throughout Dallas.
Huh.
Yep. He was very fond of the gambling.
Yeah, and he's
and very
like
prosperous,
he's good at
and he
it.
knew what it was, because I don't know how to set up a private dice game.
Me neither.
No, or a public one.
I don't even know how to play dice.
I don't know where the dice are.
There's no dice.
I know, exactly.
No dice.
He became the Southland Syndicate.
Okay.
And he took over all gambling operations in Dallas, Texas.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah. So he had some protection from some local politicians who also had an affinity for gambling.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the gambler.
He is quite the character. So eventually he shot and killed one of his competitors.
Okay. Well, it sounds like that's okay.
He was indicted.
Oh.
And then it was reversed. And they said, no, we were just kidding. It was self-defense.
Oh, my God.
I know. He did no time for that either.
Wow.
No time. One of the most famous quotes that I found from Benny Binion is, do your enemies before they can do you.
Wow.
It's like the opposite of the golden rule that Jesus talked about.
Right.
Yeah, okay. But that's how Benny lived. That's how he lived his life. So he allegedly, he killed another competitor. And he was never indicted for that either. No. 3 murders, no time.
Wow. Mm-mm. The gambler.
Eventually, he moved/fled to Vegas with $2 million in a suitcase.
Holy cow. And this was in the 30s?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
That's a lot of money, and that's a big-ass suitcase.
Wow.
He goes in and he starts getting in with the different gambling operations, and eventually he opens up what is still today known as Binion's Horseshoe Casino.
Are you kidding?
No.
Wow.
Very successful. He was known to be very generous to all guests. There was not a bet he didn't cover, and it didn't matter who you were.
Wow.
You didn't have to be a high roller to make a high roller bet.
Wow.
That's right. In 1951, Benny lost his gambling license.
Oh, no.
And he ended up going to prison to Leavenworth for 5 years for federal tax evasion. Now, never did a single day for murder.
No.
They got him on tax evasion.
Got him on the taxes.
Mm-hmm. His son, Jack, who was Ted's brother, became the licensee. I think he was 20 or 21.
Wow.
And the president of the casino while his dad was in Leavenworth, and lost his license.
Wow.
Because they wanted the business to continue.
Yeah.
Ted Binion became the manager of the casino. And when Benny got out of prison, he was kept on as the PR director.
Okay.
Teddy, the mom, she managed the cash cage.
All right.
And she managed that cash cage, I think, until she died.
Wow.
That was her thing. We do the kitchen, she did the cash cage.
All right.
Okay, so Benny also had an 85,000 acre ranch in Montana.
Wow.
That's a lot of acres.
I mean to tell you, Benny has done so well for himself.
Yes. He would send his young children every summer out to the Montana ranch to work. They would learn. He wanted them to have a good work ethic. Okay. So he would send them out there and they would work.
Nice.
Ted Binion, his son, the one that this discussion is about, he managed the Horseshoe Casino for 30 years, and he liked to live large. He was just like his daddy, a chip off the old block. He became the face of the casino. And everybody loved him. He was always there, shaking people's hands, pressing the flesh, doing the thing. That's what he was doing. He rubs elbows with a lot of personalities. Some allegedly had mob ties, like some dude named Fat Herbie.
Okay. Fat Herbie.
I love the mob names. Yeah. I just had to throw Fat Herbie in there.
Yeah.
The Nevada Gaming Commission became very focused on Mr. Ted Binion and his connections and activities, his alleged connections and activities. He ended up being arrested on drug trafficking charges.
Oh, dear.
In 1996, he actually ended up being legally banned from being in the casino at all due to his drug charges and his alleged social activities with known alleged criminals.
Okay.
Okay. And he had to undergo regular drug testing by the commission, the gaming commission. They were all up in his butt.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, he supposedly shaved every hair from his body to avoid a hair drug test.
Oh, nice.
It was all about beating the system.
Well played.
That's right. I think so, too. The Gaming Commission suspended his license for avoiding the drug test, and eventually they permanently revoked it.
Oh, wow.
Yes. At that point, because he couldn't go in anymore, he had a lot of his silver and gold that he stored in the vaults of the casino.
Right.
But he couldn't go in there anymore.
No.
What's a man to do? He hired somebody to build him a vault in the middle of the desert.
Oh, okay.
Where he buried his silver and gold.
Nice.
In a vault in the desert.
Okay.
And around this time, he had a public dalliance, I'll call it, with the local topless dancer that he met at a place called Cheetahs.
Okay.
Not cheaters.
Cheetahs.
Cheetahs, like around. Okay. Her name is Sandy Murphy.
That's it? Sandy? Her name, she worked at Cheetahs and they called her Sandy?
Well, that's her government name. I don't know what her dancing name was. I don't know. At the time, she was in her early 20s and Ted was in his 50s.
Okay.
And he moved her in to live with him. At the time, his estranged wife and daughter were so upset with him for the way he was acting and his public dalliance, that they actually packed their crap and moved to Texas. They said, we're out. We don't want to be in the same
we're not
town. We don't want to share the same zip code, area code, state name, nothing.
Yeah. Going
to Texas. So in the meantime, poor little Ted, he never did kick that drug problem. And he developed a deep, dark drug addiction to weed, Xanax, and heroin.
Oh.
And even his dad said he's always chasing the dragon, which I guess the dragon was the heroin. I don't know heroinese. I don't know how to say it. I don't know heroin talk, but I think that's what they meant.
Okay.
Ted Binion dies at the age of 55 on September 17th, 1998.
All right.
At the time, his estate was estimated to be about $50 million.
Okay.
He was found at his home, laying on the floor, surrounded by pill bottles.
Right.
There was also evidence of black tar heroin at the scene.
Oh, dear.
He had bought 10 bags of it the night before.
Wow.
Sandy called 911 to say her husband wasn't breathing, and he was pronounced dead at the scene.
Okay. Oh, so they married? He and Sandy married?
No, she just said husband because that's just what she liked to call him.
Oh, okay.
They were not
married.
Legally married at the time. No. Or ever. It was too late once he died. Sorry.
That would have been tricky.
It's a little
Even
tricky.
in Vegas, I think that would be tricky.
I don't think they could pull it off. I don't know. I mean, I saw that weekend at Bernie's. So, I mean, they might could have.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
At first glance, it definitely appeared that Ted had died from an overdose of heroin mixed with Xanax.
Right.
Obviously, I mean, evidently, I'm not saying obviously because I don't know shit.
Right.
But evidently, that's a bad mixture. So the day after Ted's funeral, his family, his mother and his siblings, hired a private investigator to help gather evidence to protect Ted's estate from Sandy.
Okay.
Enter Tom Dillard.
All right.
Okay? Now, the medical examiner had ruled Ted's death as an overdose, so there was no police case.
Right.
Tom pretty much had to construct everything that had gone on his own. Okay? Try to figure out how can we protect this.
Remind me one more time, who is Tom Dillard?
Tom Dillard is who they hired. That's the private eye that they hired to go and find a way to protect Ted's estate.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that meant investigating his death further.
Yes. Okay. Investigating it further. Investigating Sandy. What's she up to?
What the heck's going on
let's
here?
Figure this out.
Right.
Okay. Tom was a retired detective turned PI. He knew his way around crime scenes and coroner reports and all that crap. He actually uncovers a secret love affair between Sandra Murphy and Rick Tabish.
Okay.
Who is Rick Tabish?
Who is he?
He's the guy that was hired to bury the vault.
Oh, no.
To dig the vault and bury the silver and the gold.
Wow.
He's the only other one besides Ted that had the combination to the vault.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's getting a little squirrely. A little squirrely.
A lot squirrely.
I'm just saying a little squirrely.
$50 million squirrely.
Yeah, exactly. There was silver and gold and rare coins in this vault that were estimated somewhere between $4 million and $7 million. I've read $4 million, $5 million, $7 million. It never went higher than $7 million, but he had well over 1,000 rare coins.
Wow.
Yeah. So 2 days after Binion died, Rick and 2 men are discovered in the desert digging for the vault.
Oh.
Hi, what y'all doing?
Just digging for a vault.
We're just digging. We're just digging in the middle of the night. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we're digging up holes. Randy, Travis. God rest your soul, honey. Okay. Tom also went and spoke with Ted's attorney. Because, Ted had an attorney.
Sure.
The attorney claims that Binion had told the attorney to change his will and write Sandy out of it. And he said it's over between him and Sandy, and he alleged that she might actually kill him.
Oh, no.
And he wanted her out of the will, and oh, by the way, I'm going to head back to rehab. I got to get my shit together.
Oh, no.
Which is sad because his intention is to go to rehab, and then the night before he wants to go to rehab, he buys 10 bags of black tar heroin.
Right.
So it seems like
one last hoorah.
Yeah, well, that hoorah was his undoing. So anyway, also before Ted's death, Sandy was overheard at a salon. You never know who's listening at that salon.
A lot of ears at the salon.
Saying that Ted would be dead soon of a heroin overdose.
Oh.
And she'd be coming into a lot of money.
Oh, my.
Yep, so get the private foot tub ready. I'm going to get a lot of money and get a lot of private pedicures.
Exactly.
Rick Tabish had also been overheard bragging that he was involved with Ted's girlfriend. And I think he said more than involved, but we're just going to keep it vanilla today. And he would also be coming into some money soon.
All right.
Yeah, so these people are just talking and talking.
Yeah.
Loose
lips
sink ships. Yes, they do. Tom, the PI, he talks to the medical examiner about what he found. The medical examiner goes, you know what? I think I'm going to change this cause of death to homicide.
Oh.
He changed it.
For what reason?
Because it sounded like a homicide. And because he could spell homicide.
There you go.
And he wanted to practice his spelling of homicide. Yeah. So, Ted's preferred mode of ingestion of heroin was smoking it. Mm-hmm. In the medical exam, what's it called? Autopsy.
Yeah, you got it, girl.
Girl, stop it. The night of his death, he had swallowed the heroin.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Who swallows the heroin?
I don't even know what to do with the heroin, sugar. I don't know.
I know, but on the TV shows, you see people
they either
heating it up and putting it in a needle.
Or they smoke it through a pipe.
Or do they snort it?
I think they do snort it too.
But I've never seen anybody swallow it.
Well, he swallowed it. That's another reason that the medical examiner decided to change the
Reminds
cause
me
of
of
death.
a kid that I went to high school with.
Oh.
He decided he was going to snort no-dos because that was going to be really fun.
Oh, geez.
Only thing is he didn't crush it up. He just snorted the pill. And he got the pill stuck in his nose.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to say his name, but oh, Lord.
Well, he knows who he is.
It might have been my friend Marty's date one time.
Oh, God, Marty, don't date the no-no snorting dude. He was not playing with a full deck.
Oh, wait, or was he my date?
Oh, he was probably yours.
Oh, that would figure.
Okay, 9 months after Ted's death, Murphy and Tabish are arrested.
All right.
For murder and burglary and a whole bunch of other crap, like extortion and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. In 2000, this is the year Y2K.
Cool, it's a big year.
That was a big deal that year.
It's a big deal.
They are both found guilty, and they are charged with guilty.
Guilty.
And they get life with no parole.
Good.
In 2003, a Nevada Supreme Court granted a new trial due to the contaminated crime scene and the prosecution's witness testimony that came across as unreliable.
Oh.
And these two people were acquitted.
Oh, Lordy B.
They were acquitted.
That's crazy.
They walked out. First, Sandy is released. Okay?
Right.
Tabish had his conviction for murder was overturned, but he still had the burglary and extortion kind of stuff that he had to deal with. Mm-hmm. So he actually served another 10 years.
Oh, wow.
But Sandy was released. So after Tabish got out, he went back to Montana where he was from originally. Mm-hmm. Sandy is now in California, and she runs an art gallery with her husband. She has a husband now.
Oh, good.
She got a marriage.
Oh, good.
She got a marriage out of this.
Wow.
Binion's family still believes there was foul play, and there does not appear to be any active investigation by police. It's considered a closed case.
What happened to all the money?
Well, she didn't get any of it.
Okay.
So it went to his
estate.
I think it went to his daughter. His estate went to his daughter, and I think his estranged wife, because they weren't divorced.
Oh, gotcha.
She may have gotten some of it, and then I think some of it also went, a couple other places. I mean, it went here and there, $50 million. Right. But I'm going to tell you what was in the vault specifically.
All right.
6 tons with a T, an O, and an N and an S.
Okay.
Of silver bullion. I mean, I got chicken bouillon, but I ain't got no silver bouillon.
So that's going to be real heavy. So it's real heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. Okay, so a whole bunch of casino chips worth a lot of money.
Right.
Paper currency, like, dollar bills. Well, you got to have those when you go to Cheetah's.
Oh, God, yeah. You need some dollars.
You need some dollar bills. Over 100,000 rare coins.
Oh.
100,000.
So, yeah. Depending
including,
on what the market's like, the value fluctuates.
Well, but including Carson City silver dollars. And those they go for a lot of money.
They do.
We never got one of those.
We didn't.
We wanted one. We were hoping we got one. We didn't get it. Like I said, it was estimated between 7 and 14 million once they got into the vault. And the day they counted it, it was worth that. I mean, the next day it was worth nothing. Yeah. So Sandy is still trying to work through the court system to clear her name for the conspiracy charges. And she wants reparations for the wrongful time that she served, which would be about $250,000 because they base it on years. It's like so many, whatever. It is what it is. She came up with that number. She did math. I don't do the math.
I'm sure the attorney did
There's a formula.
Right.
She said if they would pardon her for the conspiracy charges, she would drop the money suit altogether. Right. She just wants her name cleared. It does not appear that she ever got any of Ted's money. I will tell you that thinking that I was this awesome investigative journalist, decided, I wonder if that private eye, Tom Dillard, would answer questions for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I wonder if he even still practices.
Right.
So I Googled, because that's how you find things today.
Sure.
If not, I'd have been, I don't know, I had to drive to Nevada just to get the yellow pages. Like, I don't even know how you would have done it.
I don't know.
Way back when we were doing things.
We call the operator.
Yeah, we call it, just dial O for operator.
Yeah, Nevada.
Nevada operator, please. He actually still has a private eye business.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to call that phone number and see what happens.
No.
I'm an investigative journalist. Okay? Listen, I wrote out questions on a piece of paper. Not in my murder book. Just on a piece of paper.
Okay.
And I had 4 questions I was going to ask him.
Okay.
I mean, what are the chances that I'm ever going to talk to him?
Well, I'm guessing pretty good because you're talking about it right now.
Well, I called the number, and the person that picks up the phone was Tom Dillard.
Oh, there you go.
And I got so flustered, I dropped my paper, and it went under my chair.
Oh, no.
And I forgot all the questions.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Sugar, you couldn't hold it together.
I couldn't hold it together. I need more practice.
So what did you say to him?
I said, I'm working on this case. I'm researching this case, and I understand that you were the person that the family hired, and he confirmed that.
Right.
Okay. And then I asked him if he knew whether or not Sandy ever went back and sued the estate for money, or if she ever got any money, and he said to his knowledge, no.
Okay.
And then I said, has this investigation been closed, or is it still an open case? And he said, as far as I'm concerned, I was hired by the family to dig up evidence. I dug up my evidence. I turned it over to the court. I went and testified at the trial because I was called to testify. I did my due diligence. And as far as I'm concerned, it's over. And I'm pretty sure it's a closed case in the court system because we felt like that we had the right people that went to jail.
Right.
They just didn't go to jail for very long.
Right.
So, and then I couldn't remember anything else. And I said, thank you so much for talking to me.
Oh, my God.
And I didn't write anything down.
And he probably thought, what the hell?
Well, he did say, what is this for? I said, I do a true crime podcast. And he was like, okay.
Oh, God.
I know. He was not impressed with me at all.
No.
Well, I was stumbling all over myself.
Yeah, I'm sure
he was
he's
like,
thinking, what the hell?
He answered it. He said, Dillard. I said, Tom Dillard? He said, yeah. Oh, hi, Mr. Dillard. Oh, God, it was awful. It was so bad. I'm not an investigative journalist.
You are.
Oh, not the verbal kind.
No. You do better with an email.
I do.
Or a text.
Maybe if I had texted him.
Can I send you an email and ask
do you mind if now that I've got your attention?
My paper's underneath my sofa right now.
And I dropped my pen in the chair, and it's in the recliner somewhere.
Answer your phone.
Yeah, I never thought he would answer the phone.
Not in a million years.
Who did you think was going to answer?
A secretary. Or maybe an answering machine. I don't know. But not the man, Dillard. Tom Dillard? It's like, yeah. I'm like, who the hell did you call, lady?
Next time you need a notebook that's got the pen attached.
Yes.
You know, like on a wire.
And maybe a rubber band that attaches the notebook to my wrist. Oh my God, what a mess.
Hey, for effort though.
I know. I mean,
I'm very proud of you for at least trying.
Thank you so much, Sugar, because I'm telling you, I was all to pieces.
Oh my God.
I am a little bit. Oh my God.
Maybe we should have a cupcake and try to
I
calm
totally
down
agree.
a little.
Yes, I'm going to get us a cupcake. Cupcake. Oh.
Wow, that was a great story. Very interesting.
Thank you. Thanks, Lauren, for sending that to us.
Wow.
We should talk about social media.
We have it.
Just how to even get in touch with us.
Oh, yeah. Send us an email. Mm-hmm. Send us an email to murder.sugarcoated@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we'll answer you. If you send us an email, we will answer.
And I won't answer Dillard.
So don't be surprised when we email you back.
Yeah, and then you're our best friend. So
and, I mean, we prefer nice comments on email. We've gotten some not so nice comments on email, but we respond to those too.
And they're just shorter responses, I'd say.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not going to get into it with people. We do a podcast. If you don't like to listen to the podcast, don't listen to the podcast.
I mean, I totally agree.
It's like sometimes a song comes on and I don't like the song. So what do? I change the channel.
Me too, Sugar.
Feel free. We give you permission to do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. We're not trying to get under your skin about anything.
No, we're not. We're
Go,
just not that kind of people.
And go have a joyful day, for heaven's sake.
Have a joyful flipping day.
We're looking to bring joy into people, not
just
take it away.
Trying to put some effing joy into people's lives.
Just take the damn joy already.
Leave us alone.
These are fabulous.
Oh, God. That's
so
really
yummy.
Good. Mm-hmm. I like it.
So we've got Instagram. Darren does that whole Instagram business, so I'm not very good at it.
Well, you can find us at Sugar Coated Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's easy. And that's probably our biggest one. If you want to be on our fan page, you can on Facebook. You just look us up on the Facebook.
Yep.
And aside from that, y'all keep listening. Send us more murders to cover. We love when listeners send us murders to cover, not covers to murder.
Trout says hello to everybody.
Oh, does he ever?
Having a meltdown right now because he thinks he needs a cupcake.
No. And also, I don't even know.
I don't think you have anything else.
No, I probably don't.
No,
so y'all stay sweet.
And don't murder.
Because if you kill people,
we will talk about you.
Yeah, we will. And we won't be nice about it either. And we'll say weird things about you.
We will.
All right, guys.
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.
This has been Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a deliciously entertaining true crime podcast. Like what you heard? You can always explore past episodes by visiting sugarcoatedpod.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook fan page and share with friends. Thanks for listening to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast.